Hello guys, my name is Laura
And I'm Barbara.
and we are The Next Path. In today's episode, we want to talk a little bit about the fact why we are here, why we are in the Netherlands, and what keeps us here. Because we are both, maybe you don't know, we are both foreigners. We are not from here. I'm from Poland, Barbara is from Portugal. So why did we decide to leave our countries, and what is here that we actually want to continue living here? Do you want to still live here? What is your plan?
I want to still live here. I don't know. I don't think I will live here forever, even though forever is like such a big word, right? But for the next 5 years, I think I will be here. Maybe more, but let's keep it like this for now, 5 years.
Mm-hmm. So you're still open, but you consider that you could actually have your future here in the Netherlands?
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Like, I like to work here. I want to, because now I'm studying and I'm working, but working on what I'm studying, I want to have this experience here for different reasons. But if it's the country that I want to be like forever doing family and everything, that I'm not sure. Because I really like warm countries.
Okay.
I would love to go back to Portugal, but I want to go back to Portugal with a different financial situation.
Okay, and also with your own like experience, work experience gathered here as well, from what I understand. Okay, so if it comes to the comparison of those two countries, do you think like if it comes to like the work experience and the school experience, it provides you with more than you would get in
Portugal?
Yeah.
The work, yes, for sure. First, I really like the work culture here because I think they value more work-life balance, way more than in Portugal. In Portugal, like
you think?
I think so. In Portugal, like well, actually, Southern Europeans, the fame that we have for like people of the Netherlands and more in the north is that we are lazy. But in fact, we work a lot, and then we get paid like the minimum wage is a little bit more than 700 euros.
But don't you have in Portugal a little bit similar, like, let's say to Spain, in Italy, that you also value highly breaks? And it's like, if I have my fiesta and siesta, I just spend time on that. And, you know, I give myself as many breaks as possible because I deserve a break. Because those countries are definitely very popular from the fact that they value their own free time. And let's say, when I've heard that, and then if I compare it to living in the Netherlands, I don't really think we value our free time. It's like, time is money. You should work. That's what I kind of feel here. That's why I'm kind of surprised that you say about work-life balance, because I don't fully feel it here.
I feel it. I feel it that if I compare to Portugal, I feel that we are more social and spontaneous. So I would say like, oh, let's just grab a beer or a coffee or now. And we go and we have these social moments. I think in the Netherlands it's more difficult. Like randomly, you need to have on your agenda in a month. But I think it's more like, in Portugal, it's more like work, and you live for work. Okay. And here I feel more like it's okay to have your free moment. I think they really give, they value your family moments, your free time. This is what I feel.
Okay. So is it regarding also, let's say, giving free like days off for some special occasions, celebrations, or also you feel it within, let's say, normal job as in HoReCa or clothing store, that if it comes to your breaks, do you think that they value that, or they treat you as just an employee, as a number, or actually as a person? What do you think about that?
I mean, when you work in a big company, you kind of always feel like a number because it's a big company.
Yeah.
But for example, in my case, I cannot complain. I like the environment. And this is another reason why I like the work culture. I don't know if I can call work culture, but why I like the Netherlands. Because I can have like chill conversations with managers. I can also have in Portugal, but here I feel way more like we are all in the same level. Like if you are my manager, we are equal.
Yeah.
You just have different responsibilities than what I have.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same?
Yes, definitely. I do notice that as well, because in Poland we don't really have that as much. As I mentioned also previously, the hierarchy definitely plays a big role. And here, yeah, like people don't really treat each other with such a big difference. So even when I was working last time in the restaurant during our shift, and then someone asked me because we were working for the special occasion, so we stayed open longer, and they asked me, okay, Laura, you're shift leading today, so you ask our employer for something special for us to get us motivated. And I was like, I kind of feel, weird for asking him because, he's our boss, like maybe we shouldn't, or like, we just work for him. Why would he has to like give us extra money or extra benefits? Like it's our responsibility because it's kind of different in Poland. You just have your task, you do your task.
Yeah.
And here it's a bit different. Like you need the motivation. So also we do always the motivational 5-minute break before cleaning and stuff like that. And it was the same. They want like a small benefit. And I had to go ask. And I felt so weird. But like I approached him and he was like fully like, yeah, sure. And even if he wasn't like, he wouldn't say no in this like big entitled way. Like, how could you even ask me that? It's more like, maybe we shouldn't today, but it's good you ask. It's like this very chill moment when he's way older than me as well. I'm not saying like very, very old. Sorry, Samir. But yeah, like in the sense like he is older, but like you don't feel this big difference. And I feel like in Poland it would be treated like, girl, you shouldn't be asking me that,
Yeah.
Like better never do that again.
Yeah,
So,
I feel
yeah.
the same. I mean, I had like, maybe they are listening. No, but I had nice managers in Portugal, but I really feel this difference here. And this is one of the reasons that it keeps me here for sure. Also in school, I feel I like the education that I got in Portugal. But I would address to most of my teachers, I would address them in like a formal way.
Yes.
And here you can also not treat, like you can address to your teachers in a more like relaxed way.
Yes, definitely. Like they're more your friends-ish. Of course, like you have to have respect like for everybody, but because they're still technically higher than you in a sense, like, okay, they teach you, so they should have more knowledge about stuff. Should? No, but in general, yeah. But definitely you can address them like more friendly. Don't be like, sir, with the title of something, like in Poland, let's say. But you can just easily talk.
Yeah.
So this is also something that definitely like I do not regret regarding downfalls of the studies, because in every study you might have a downfall, you might have a moment that you don't think it's that, and maybe I'm not still sure if the study that I picked is for me. But if it comes to like the general outlook and how the education looks here, I really am happy I chose to move to the Netherlands and try it here. And everyone actually who moved here from Poland, even if I don't really speak to those people that much, like I could see how they enjoy the education here. And even if we're not friends anymore, but like I see it on their social media, like how much they take from the study, also in a fun way. I'm like, damn, I'm so happy for them as well, like that they took the step and that they also enjoy. Because lots of people in Poland here as well quit
Drop out.
Drop out. Drop out from their studies often.
Yes.
But I feel like from different reasons. In Poland, they usually do it because it just sucks. Like
the education?
At a certain moment you're like, why am I even wasting my time
But like
here?
university or in general?
Like you don't quit from high school, but like you should. You should continue until you're 18.
Yeah.
But if it comes to university, like lots of people are just like, I don't feel that I'm learning, but in a sense, I don't have practical approaches.
So it's all like theory.
Yeah, it's very much theory focused. And if you don't pick the study, because of course you have those very practical studies, but this is not school of applied sciences as here. It's just like this technical 2-year school to do nails, to be a massagist, to
like a professional.
Yes, to go into this one specific profession for which you don't need additional knowledge. Yeah. You just learn, let's say, how to massage, different techniques, and let's say the points you have to do to make someone feel comfortable and relaxed, right? But of course, with other things, like what we are kind of doing, like to be be able to manage either a company or a team, and we also learn the creative approaches, this and that. Like with those kind of studies in Poland, it will be definitely more theory focused, and that's why I think lots of people drop out because they feel like, where do I learn how to be this person? I just read on the paper.
Yeah, because this is another good thing of education here, that you have research universities and applied science universities, and doesn't necessarily mean that because, for example, if it would exist creative business in a research university, I don't even know if it exists or no, I would still choose to do applied sciences because I like to do this practical thing.
Yeah.
Because I think there are a lot of this stigma that if you are not smart enough, you go to applied sciences.
Yeah.
You cannot do everything from the book.
But it's not about that. Like, I definitely feel, and this is what I mentioned, that this is the different reason why people here decide to quick
study.
Drop out from the study. Because they, like during the second year already, like we are the second year, we already know so much in a sense, like how to apply it, that I can this moment quit it and start doing my profession if I want to. And that's what people do. And that's what I envy in them so much.
Yeah.
That because I just want to finish university because nobody in my family did. So I just want to be the first one, the fame and everything. But they just quit because, they already know what to do. And that's what definitely is missing, let's say, in Poland. And I love the fact that you can do it here. Of course, if you need to be a doctor or someone else, you need to finish. This is just step-by-step thing. But for many professions, you don't
every
even...
person is different. Some people, they really need the books. They really need to have exams and that pressure and study a lot. And if it's something like more practical or more creative, maybe it's not for them.
Yes.
But for other people, they learn better by doing the practical examples. So it's nice to have these two options.
Yes, but definitely also, like, I don't have many friends who do more like research and universities focus, let's say. But even I have few friends who study law or those kind of areas, and they still, of course, it's not that creative. Like, you need to learn and study a lot. All of those cases, like, you need to base the judgment on something on paper that technically makes sense, but this is a different topic, if the law makes sense or not. But they either way have so many like case studies. They have like the way to move their brain and to make it a little bit creative. Like my friend recently also had, I'm not sure how it is in Poland. I guess with that might be kind of similar, but they have a lot of those things which that might differ, because she had, let's say, like a short case about, there's a couple, they don't want to be married anymore, but the guy did, and the girl doesn't agree with that. Like, okay, now you have to defend the guy, and you have to like make this everything like on paper, like how you would approach. Like a role play, but in a sense first, like on paper, like how you would approach the situation if you defend someone who you wouldn't normally defend, because the girl, you're on the girl's side, and they have it already in the first year, which usually in Polish universities, when you do something more technical, either it's like engineering or law, being a doctor, the first year, sometimes even 2 years, it's like pure theory. And even those case studies will be like postponed for later, because first you need to, learn one by one. And here it's already like, okay, how you would do that? Let's create a debate. Let's make this. Let's make that. Let's learn how to speak, how to act. And that's amazing, because this is how you also check if you feel comfortable within your workplace, future workplace. And then maybe you're like, oh no, like I really don't like speaking out loud in front of lots of people. So you cannot be
maybe this
defensive.
Is not for me.
You cannot help someone because you need to speak in front of the judge, in front of the, the whole, sometimes, how it's called, the whole audience. It's not that easy.
No.
So this is definitely, I enjoy.
But when you chose the Netherlands, did you consider other options when you chose?
Yes. I did consider England and Denmark. Those were like my two choices. Surprisingly, because I always wanted to live in warm countries, so none of those are the warm country.
But what made you then, the final decision is the Netherlands?
Kind of like maybe not by accident, but I was just ruling out one by one. So first I ruled out England because, but that time, but that time they were going out of the EU.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, that might be very expensive, and I didn't know how it will look like. And I feel like lots of actually people I know, the year later they decided to go, and it's not that bad, and you can easily manage to live there. But since it was something new, I got a little bit scared, and I never been living by myself earlier, so I got kind of like maybe it's not for me yet.
Yeah.
And Denmark, then I realized like you have only big city, Copenhagen, and around you have multiple villages. And I was like, I need to travel more. I need to like see more cities. And there's not that many interesting places, so I prefer to go there for a weekend rather than to live there for a few years. So then I have Netherlands left.
Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I always had curiosity about the Netherlands, but I also consider other countries. For example, Germany, because I was in music, so I was checking teachers in different, and schools in different cities. And I had Germany and France, but I needed the B2 in German and I needed the B2 in French. And in the Netherlands, you can speak in English. So this for me was also a plus, that you can have your education in English.
Yes, strong point. It's a very strong point. Definitely. That's why I wasn't kind of considering even other countries, because I was like, oh, maybe France, because also Paris. Now I would be kind of afraid to live there because so many things are happening. And when I watched the videos about pickpocketing, I'm like, oh my God. So you have to be really careful. But yeah, English here is definitely like the strongest part that you can develop, of course. And this is something you guys have to be prepared as well. Now, there are downfalls, of course, sometimes of living in the Netherlands if you speak only English, because there are companies, not gonna lie, who are only going to get someone who's who speaks Dutch. But there are also some. It's limited, and you actually, it's better to be as good as possible within the profession you want to do. However, it is possible to get a career as well.
But would you like, because you want to stay in the Netherlands after you study, or?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
My thing is like I cannot fully feel like home in any place on the world so far. So I don't know, but definitely here I'm slowly accommodating,
adjusting.
After a year and a half, I already feel like, okay, regarding the workplaces and the opportunities, I really feel like it gives me way more than in Poland I would have got if I stayed. So that gives me like, so maybe I will reach the skies in the future. So I could, maybe, but I'm not limiting myself.
Yeah.
So if I get some nice offer somewhere else, I still want to look.
Yeah,
yes, sure. I'm open for that. But also if I will stay in the relationship I am in, and he wants to stay in Netherlands, most likely, then this is another reason that is kind of like, maybe I could as well. But definitely I'm not limiting myself. Like if there would be some amazing offer, then maybe I can convince him to move with me somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely open for negotiation. Yes.
And would you have interest in learning Dutch, or for you is something that?
So that is so difficult for me. Like I've always had issues with learning languages in general. Like I'm not a linguistic person. I wish I was, and I love people who are, and it's like I'm kind of jealous. So I was struggling very much, and also I had German in
school.
Yeah, in middle school and high school, which is kind of similar language. So when you get German,
but you speak German?
That's the thing. Like I was studying for 5 years and I know nothing. So that's my problem. Like if I don't really like put hella effort and practice, I don't know how to speak. And technically, it's like, Laura, you live in the Netherlands, you can practice every day. I know, but I don't know why. Like I got a little bit of trauma with trying, because at least the people I encountered, so many like customers from the restaurant I'm working in, they, every time when I say some Dutch name of a beer or something and I pronounce it differently, they strongly focus on the fact that I did it incorrectly, that I'm just like,
I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm not living here. I'm not from here. And since you correct me, you are aware I'm not from here.
Yeah.
So it's different sometimes when they want to like correct me in a nice way. But sometimes, there's like, let's say 2 guys, they're joking around. It's like, what do you want to bring for me? And I'm just like saying the name
Yeah.
of this beer because they know they're just playing me, and then pretending to be dumb.
Yeah.
And they're not. So
Yeah.
this is something that kind of limits me. I'm like, so why would I even study for you if, like, of course not for them, it will be for me. But at the same time, it's like, why would I if you cannot even appreciate the fact that I'm trying,
Yeah. Because I think most of Dutch people, they are open that you speak in
Yeah.
English. And then, well, you have that experience. But the experience that I also have is that sometimes when I try to, in the shop, when I try to speak Dutch, they appreciate that I try. Some are angry that I don't speak,
Okay.
like very angry, or like if there is like a complaint, for example, and we are speaking in English, it already happened that suddenly the problem is that I don't speak Dutch,
Yeah.
That was not the problem, but then
Yeah.
it becomes the problem.
Yes.
But I would like to learn. It's not like a priority for me because, again, like now I want to do my studies and it's possible to do it in English.
Yes.
It's possible to work in English. That's why I think, because if you go to other countries, you really need to speak the language to study and to work. But here, because you can actually do your life in English, I think that's why it's a bit difficult to learn. And also because it's a really difficult language.
Yes. It is.
But I would like to have, to try once to do, like after maybe school,
Yeah. Yeah.
to do like a course to see if I can.
Yeah. Definitely, if our school provided like the mandatory classes from one of the languages, I would have chosen then Dutch, because if I'm already here, I might as well learn. But since our school doesn't provide that, then exactly you have to do it on your own. Because let's say other school of applied sciences in Netherlands, the Hague University, during the second year they have mandatory 1 year of the language, and you can pick from multiple ones. And lots of people decide on Dutch because it's like, okay, I at least will know basics and then maybe be more open to speak. And I feel like this is the best start. And then if you want to continue, you can continue.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to continue, then you have, the other 2 years without the language.
Yeah.
So this is something that our school could also implement.
Actually, in our first year, there was
Like we had the
Dutch,
option,
but
yeah.
there was an option, and then I
Yes.
think there was not enough. I don't know, but I think it was not enough people, so then
Yes.
not anymore. But yeah, it would be nice that the school could
Yes. Yeah.
provide that.
But definitely, if you're a person who either speaks English or German very well, like it helps, because even with a high level of English, there are certain words in
That are
Dutch
similar.
that are kind of similar, and you can pick up quickly. So it's like, I understand sometimes what people are saying. It's just about speaking.
Yeah, like water, water.
Yeah. Spare, like red, you have rot. Let's say those things are very similar, so you can at least make the association. You kind of understand the context, so you can like point on something or kind of help somebody.
Yeah.
So it is doable, and especially if you know those 2 languages, you're set. I feel like on this point, of course, it's not that easy. You still need to know the grammar and everything, but like German English speakers, they way easier pick up on Dutch. Way easier.
Actually, sometimes I have German customers, and they just speak in German to me because they maybe think that I speak in Dutch, and then they think that I will understand. And it's a big confusion.
Yeah. It's like, okay, which language is that now?
No, they just keep speaking in German. They don't even switch for English. They just...
But with German people, they still tend to be, not all of you guys, of course, but they tend to just go to certain country and just continue speaking their own language, expecting you
will
to
understand.
know. And it's like, why would I know? Like, you're in my country, and I am still speaking English, let's say, in my country. And it's the same with Poland and Germany. This relationship, of course, during World War II, it was very shitty. Now we are rebuilding that because it is kind of in the past, and younger generation in Germany definitely doesn't have negative approach to us, and we don't have negative approach to them. However, with older generation, there is a little bit of problem, especially with the language, and they do do the same kind of. They come to Poland very often to my city because we live very close to Germany. They have cheaper shopping and they expect you to speak German and they don't even switch to English. And every time when we have the customers from abroad, we are switching to English. So this is kind of annoying. So we are kind of like, I feel in this sense, people pleaser. So we are trying to make everyone understand everything. And we never go to other countries speaking Polish and expecting people to speak Polish.
Yeah.
And they just come everywhere and speak German, expecting you to speak German.
And also something funny is that almost everyone here speaks in English.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was new here, I was here like for a couple of months or not even. I was babysitting like a group of kids, and all of them, they had like 5, 6, maybe 6 years old, and they all were speaking in English. And I remember when I came for the first time, my English, well, if now it's not perfect, at the time was horrible, really horrible. And I was like, oh my God, they speak English better than they really speak really well English.
Yeah.
And this, I don't think, for example, in Portugal, even though the level of English is actually quite high, maybe not in the villages, but like cities is quite high. I don't think, maybe now these generations, maybe yes. But I remember when I was a kid,
No.
I didn't speak English.
No, I think no. Even with new generation, I still think they don't speak as well English as here kids.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely no. Because let's say in this sense, Poland and Portugal I feel like quite similar. And of course, we are putting way more effort from kids until since the young age to try speaking in English. But we also still are a little bit stuck with the grammatic way of speaking, not really like practicing speaking.
Yeah.
What makes people even more stressed about speaking and they close for that.
Yeah.
So that's still something that should be changed for more people to speak English. But both our countries are definitely going forward with that.
Yeah, that's why if someone struggles with English, just come, because I thought that I did, like my English when I came was really very, very, very bad. But the fact that I need to speak every day in order to do my life, then it just helped.
Yeah. And here,
so don't be afraid.
Everyone, okay, not everyone, but like so many people are telling you, wow, your English is so good. I don't know if you had the experience with that, but with me, like I don't consider my English the best because I've heard so many people like speaking way better English. They have way more words. They don't confuse quit with quick and all of that all the time. And not once when I want to speak about very important topics, I lose words completely, and I don't know certain terms, and my humor is completely different in English and Polish because I'm lacking words. But still, people tend to be like, "Oh, really? Like your English is so good." Like I was talking with this one teacher from our school like a few days ago, and I haven't talked with him like for a long time, and I was talking about applying for internships, and some of them want only Dutch speakers. He was like, okay, maybe try England. Like your English is amazing. I'm like, where? Like it's normal. In my opinion, it's nothing crazy. Like just basic level of English, but it's just getting better and better, and definitely way more fluent when you just hear. Because when I was in Poland, of course, I was studying for the exams, and to come here, I had to have the IELTS test. So there's also speaking part, but I had the lowest grade to pass from the speaking. I had 6 out of 10.
Me too.
Yeah. So, but that gave me the open doors to come to study here.
Yeah.
And now it just.
Because I think, like, yes, you can read, like, you can learn in the books and in the grammar and everything, but only when you start to speak with people, you start to have it.
Yes, exactly. Then you understand way more.
Yep.
And sometimes you start using phrases or words that you didn't understand at all at the beginning, and then they just pop up in your head one day, and you're like, oh. Or sometimes you forget even your own language because you learn something in here, and then you come back home and your family is like, oh, so international. Don't remember her language. I'm like,
her.
Bitch, it's not that.
Because we learn in English, right? So some terms, I know it in English. And then if I try to, like, if my mom asks me, so what did you learn? What are you learning? I get like I want to speak, I want to tell it in Portuguese, and somehow I'm like, speaking Portuguese with like, then I use like research, the word research.
Yes, yes.
And then they start like, oh my God, look
Yeah.
at her. So fancy.
Yeah, right. They do the same to me. And I'm like, no, I'm not so fancy. I just really
Yeah.
cannot bring this word to me. Even if it's like very easy
Yeah.
in Polish, I still cannot
And
remember.
sometimes it happens that I'm talking with you, I forget this word in English, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, what is the word? And then I want to remember also the word in Portuguese, and then I
Yeah.
also forgot.
Yes.
And it's like
Nothing.
brain not braining.
Yeah, yes. There's like empty brain.
But another thing about English, Dutch people also, they have a perfect English. And sometimes they start to speak in Dutch, and I ask if it's okay to speak in English. And then they say like, oh, okay, I'm going to try, but my English is not so good. And then the English, it's amazing. It's perfect.
Yes, they definitely they do that, and it's always like they continue speaking like.
Yeah.
Or sometimes okay, it is a lower level of English technically, but still fully communicative. And and I don't know, like in my restaurant, like there's so many situations like that, and there was like this couple. They wanted to ask me a question in Dutch, so I told them, if you want to order, we can try, because some of the things I understand.
Yeah.
Most of the things that we serve, I understand. But they're like, no, Dutch. So I was like, okay, I'll find you someone. And then I found my colleague. He took the order and he came back and he was like, they wanted orange juice and sparrot. I'm like, this is something I literally could understand in Dutch easily. But no, they had to have someone in Dutch because they were scared of English. But then when I approached them and I was like, so I put it on the phone so we can pay. And they're like, money. I'm like, no, only by card. Like, oh, no card. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, but still, they could say at least those basic things that, like, I could also understand.
Communicate, yeah.
Yeah, and they also could just ask me for order. But this is definitely so funny. But here, one big plus is definitely the fact that English is on a very high level, and you don't have to be scared because they also think they cannot speak English perfectly, and they speak very nicely, and they really appreciate you having nice English as well. And if you additionally put effort in that, it's even better.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes just like some words, they already feel like, oh, like for example, if I am in the till and then I say tatins or do, they already like do.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that is another thing that is very funny, is that they speak like this level, so and then it's completely like they bloom.
Yes, they're always so happy to tell you bye. Yeah.
Like finally.
Yes, finally they went. Oh my God, now my social batteries can recharge.
Yeah.
But I do the same in English. Like I'm talking and I'm bye. Yes, I do the same kind of.
Bye. Yeah.
But if it comes to like places here that maybe you have like top few that you like to go to, or you like to visit, either cities or restaurants or pubs, clubs, something that maybe is either different from for Portugal that also make the impression on you, or it's like, oh damn, we don't have something like this, or like that reminds me home, that's why I don't even feel that homesick. Something that is just close to your heart-ish, or that you just enjoy to go to.
Something that reminds me Well, I know that some supermarkets, they sell pastel de nata, which is like a pastry traditional from Portugal, very famous in Portugal. And that, even though like is not the same.
Yeah, of course.
But that for me is already like, it's something from Portugal, or but that is a Portuguese restaurant, so it doesn't really.
But you can always say, like, maybe some people who want to come are from Portugal, or they came already and they're looking for places that remind them about home.
In Amsterdam, there is more, but I went to one very good. And I think Portuguese, because we are like only 10 million, every time that we see something from Portugal, something that was made in Portugal, or something, or someone that is Portuguese, we kind of get like, hysteric.
Okay.
Like if this was made in Portugal, I would say, did you know that this was made in Portugal? Did you know?
So cute.
Yes. So definitely that restaurant in Amsterdam. Now I don't know the name, but maybe then I can write it here.
Yeah, here below somewhere or in the comment.
Yes. But when it comes to cities, I love The Hague.
What do you love here?
So I love Amsterdam, but I love to visit Amsterdam. I don't know if I would like to live there. First,
Busy?
to no, to, so I love to visit.
Yeah, but busy? Is that
Yeah.
why you don't?
Yeah, it's very busy, very like a lot of bicycles, quite stressful,
Yeah.
the part of the bicycle. So I imagine if I need to go with my bicycle to work, I think I will get quite like anxious. But also because I like it a lot to visit, and it's, every time that I go, it's always like, oh, this is so nice. I think if I would live there, then it would be like,
The spark is gone.
yeah, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
So in The Hague, what is the strongest part? Like, what do you enjoy the most?
I like a lot that it's a city, but you still have like the chill part. You have like a lot of parks. You have the beach. This is like almost
Top.
everything. Yes.
The coast is 11 kilometers.
Yes.
She told me that earlier. I'm stealing.
Yes. And you have dunes. And what else?
If you guys don't know where are the dunes, we also mentioned that like in the I think first episode a long time ago.
Second,
Yeah, but this is like amazing place to go. When it's summer, it's warm, the beach is packed, and you want to go have fun, still have a beachy vibe without the water though, but it's still very nice. And it literally looks like you're in different country. Like it's so exotic. No, but it's so
and
nice.
you also have the bos, the forest.
Where?
Like, you have the Aarsbos. Aarsbos is how you say. Aarsbos. Well, the thing with trees.
Where?
Philip, help!
Where?
The Aarsbos? The Aarsbos.
Where? I'm
Well,
still
for
asking
example,
the
close to our school, you can already see
The park.
the Aarsbos. We're going to put images and then she will see it. But also, there is a part on the beach that you also are like in that part, exotic part. It looks exotic.
Okay, maybe I still haven't found that. Yeah, so that definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes, and I love also the architecture. Also Amsterdam, also Delft. So, for example, Rotterdam, I also love
yes,
to visit,
architecture beautiful.
but it's very new, which
Yeah.
is very nice. But I love the old Dutch
Yes.
architecture.
Oh,
But you? Like, what city
Yes.
do you like?
So in terms of the city, yes. So Rotterdam is. I haven't visited that much yet. So, which is kind of ironic because I came here because I wanted to visit, not to Denmark, right? But okay, and travel. But yeah, Rotterdam. Maybe also because like I had just so many like positive memories with this place, and every time when I went, it was usually after something negative that happened in The Hague with someone, and then I went to Rotterdam to have just this blast, and I was just enjoying my time and having wine and drinking on the street. No, but
It's illegal.
having juice and drinking on the street. So no, it was fun. Of course, juice. But yeah, and also the architecture, like yeah, as you said, like it is very modern. So it kind of is similar to every other city, but maybe because of the fact that it's quite modern, like it reminds me of some of the cities because it is in Poland as well. So I felt there like I'm in the place I recognize.
Okay.
In a sense. So I felt like at home, but better home.
Yeah.
In a sense. And regarding that architecture, the only issue I have, lots of things are from brick. And at the beginning, I was like, oh, that looks so cute. But like almost every street looks the same. So at the beginning, be careful, you will be lost.
Yeah, that happens.
Multiple
Still happens
times.
sometimes.
Yes. Secondly, the architecture from brick has this disadvantage that during the winter it's hella cold because the brick doesn't hold warm long. And during summer it's nice because it gives you the cold. But the problem is exactly like our summers here are not that long, so we don't need the brick to keep us colder.
No.
And winter is longer than that. So
Yeah.
that is something that is the disadvantage. And if the brick would be from outside, but then it would have the like warmer part,
Yeah.
like is in modern buildings.
Yeah.
or renewed buildings, the old buildings, then it will be definitely way better just to live in.
Yeah.
So this is just something that I would need a little bit more variations, a little bit something different. So still old, but they kept to one idea of apartment. Everything looks the same, and yeah, this is something that is not for everybody. That's why Rotterdam seemed a little bit better for me, but I love the canals everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's just every time when I'm walking, I'm just like, oh damn, I live in a different country, because in Poland you don't have it. So it's just like, wow, you know.
Also beautiful.
Yes, and if it comes to places, I feel like in The Hague, I definitely love to go to. Don't kill me for the name, but the biggest park in The Hague, so it's Schreider Park. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
it's
love to
beautiful.
go there. Exactly. It's very nice. Some of the events are happening there. Some of the festivals.
Yeah.
You can also go to visit or just be there and hear the music.
Yeah.
Yes, it has also like, you know, just some random animals, ducks running around, and just very nice place to, you know, be there in general.
Especially in the spring.
Yes, one of the departments of The Hague University have the school there, which is so beautiful, and they have like inner beach volleyball and other stuff. So if you want to study sports management, go there because
yeah.
it's a beautiful school.
Yep.
And located in the park, so you can just chill there when it's warmer.
Yep.
So this is definitely my favorite place. And the dunes, like I haven't been there often, because it's kind of far away-ish. But this summer I definitely won't, because it was just so nice.
Once I went to the dunes, and was like end of the afternoon, and I was with some friends, and we saw 2 horses, like without anyone, you know, 2 horses slowly coming, and at the beginning I was like, oh my god, are they gonna like do the
kick you?
I was very like, but it was it was such a magical, and then like there was the moon, you know, it was very like poetic. And also once close to the beach, that place that I was saying that is a beach, but there is also kind of like the exotic part. I don't know the name of in English, the name of that animal.
How does it look?
It looks like big. Looks like a cow, but it's not a cow. Brown.
Jik, but I don't know how it is
Mammoth, but no.
How it is in Portuguese? Or you lost both again?
Again, I need to remember to put the image.
Yeah.
But I saw it, and they were like super chill, like people who were going back. And they were also super chill. Yeah.
But if you could find one biggest disadvantage, because we cannot be so nice.
Yeah.
The biggest disadvantage of Netherlands, or like place or something.
Biggest disadvantage.
Yeah. Or just something that you are annoyed that it's not here, or you would like to have that. Besides housing, because this is just a struggle.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that came to my mind actually is quite superficial.
Whatever.
But was like a beer that we have in Portugal that I miss here. And the food as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I connect with like the drink and the food part because we have like such a big thing in my country, and here there's not a lot of like I think there's traditional dish, but not a lot. So I miss like good
some more flavor.
Yes,
I get that.
Yeah.
So definitely that as well, because I feel like that is lacking in cuisine, and they took a little bit from everywhere. So definitely you can feel comfortable with finding stores from your country. Let's say Polish stores, a lot of them. But of course, you still have to cook by yourself the way, kind of like Polish way, so whatever you are from way. But with the cuisine, exactly from the places that have amazing flavor, like you can find them, of course, but it's sometimes different than what you have like back home. But what I miss here the most are hills. Just not the wearing hills, but just places where you can go up and see the city and just enjoy the view and see the sunset. And like then when it's dark, you just see the lights of the city. Dang it, I miss it so much. And like
everything
is so flat and even flatter than flat. And it's just, oh my God, I would love to, because there's so many beautiful views. that I'm just missing this like small hill to go up and like be able to enjoy.
The
Like
view.
by the beach, there is this little hill where you can see a bit of the Hague. And when I went there, I was like, you know, in Poland there would be nothing. It's like you walk this to go back home,
Yeah.
and from school, not even. Not once with a backpack. I was like,
There is also in Delft, but it's like a place that you go in the stairs and then
Yeah.
you can see the cities also.
so like place okay, you know, like they
Yeah,
at
but the
least
hill,
they're
yeah.
trying to give you the roof terrace or something that you can explore, but it's different. It hits different when you
Yeah.
just can walk and then you have, I don't know, you just sit on the bench or you take a blanket and you just enjoy the view with snacks or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
This is something that I definitely miss here.
And now, what is one thing of the Dutch culture that is common in with the Dutch people that you think that you kind of like have it now?
More planning.
Also,
And I can definitely be grateful for that. Thanks, Dutch culture
Yeah.
and Dutch people. Because maybe it also happened because I have so many things on my plate right now that I need to plan it a little bit more. But I feel like maybe if not the study I do and the opportunities I got, maybe I wouldn't have been doing so much.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to be planning that much. So again, everything connects to the opportunities I got here. And it requires me to like at least put it on my phone calendar, which
Yeah.
I wasn't even doing that. I was putting like, just very important things like someone's birthday I cannot forget or something like that. But never like, okay, I have school, work and something else. And now I'm actually trying to kind of plan it because then even with school meetings, like team meetings, they ask me, okay, can we do something Thursday? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I work and I'm like, oh, dang it. So because of that, I started putting at least as much as I can on my phone right away.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, I was always putting that with some random name, you know, hoping I will remember what I meant.
Yep.
And then I wrote, let's say, appointment, like 2 months ahead. And I was like, yeah, I will remember. Month ahead, I'm looking, what the hell? What appointment? Where? What? Or sometimes I still do it, like I put it on some random time within the day.
Yeah.
Because it's way ahead.
Yeah.
And then I have additional things I'm starting to add. And I'm like, no, I don't think it was this time. I think I just put it because it was supposed to be this day. But when?
Yeah. No, I always like to plan, but since I'm here, I plan way more. And I think now because I have a lot of things, I'm doing something that I never did before, and this is so Dutch. That is planning like social things, like
Yes.
coffees or dinners. Like if
Yes.
now you tell me let's go for a coffee, and then I have to check like okay, let me see
Yeah.
when can I. And this never in my life happened.
Yes, me neither.
So
But
now,
yeah.
I open my agenda and I see like dinner with Clary.
Yes.
Or like coffee with Laura.
Yes, yes. No, definitely. Like now I've noticed as well, like I even have to force myself to like write and plan my free time. Like I remember at the beginning of the first year, there was one girl and she said she's planning her free time. And I was like, are you crazy? And now I fully understand that I took so much on my plate. It's like my fault because lots of people just study and they don't need to work, so they have more free time, so they still don't plan as much. But they also starting to slowly write some stuff down.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my situation, I literally have to like force myself to put like gym, dancing, friend,
Yeah.
whatever.
You lose track.
Because I would take job then, or I would do some project, and I wouldn't give myself this friendly free time. So yeah, this is
we are
definitely more
adjusting
Dutch.
little by little.
Yes, definitely. But that was all I think from the
Yes.
things that we
Was very gezellig.
yeah we enjoy. Of course there will be like way more, but you can also share with us if you already are here, if you moved here from your other country, what you enjoy here more than maybe if you're from your own culture. And thank you so much for watching. If you have very nice spots, you can tell us as well.
Oh yeah.
We would definitely
I would like to know, yeah.
like to
Then
go.
we can plan on our free spots when we can visit.
Yes.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.